On the docket tonight, the case against Kyle Rittenhouse, the attorneys, Kyle Rittenhouse in court today. And for the first time, we're really hearing on the record the first shooting. Joseph Rosenbaum, the first man who was shot by Rittenhouse. We're learning a lot more about that. We've seen the video of the second two shootings, right? Crystal clear. We've seen that video. We know exactly what happened from the video. But the first one, we haven't seen any video. Apparently there is video of what happened, but today in court, Rittenhouse's attorney explained exactly what they say happened during the shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum by his client, Kyle Rittenhouse. Take a listen.
Ultimately, what ends up happening, and it's on the video, my client is walking down the street, Sheridan Road, towards what I would refer to as car source 3, where the first shooting occurs. As he's walking down that road, Mr. Rosenbaum becomes aware of Kyle. He has been called and asked to go there to potentially put out fires that people are starting at that location. He asks for...
You're talking about
my
the
client.
accused. Okay, go ahead.
He asks for a fire extinguisher from the gas station at the corner of 60th and Sheridan Road. Somebody provides him a fire extinguisher. He takes off in the direction of 63rd and Sheridan Road, car source number 3. As he's going to that location, Mr. Rosenbaum and Mr. Zeminski are seen on video behind him. And in front of him. My client starts off behind him, goes past them. As my client passes Mr. Rosenbaum has his face covered with his shirt in a ninja-type mask, not a COVID mask. It has over the top of his head and a slit for his eyes, hiding his identity. As my client goes by him, there's statements of get him, kill him, things like that. Whatever is said, it's in dispute, but there's something clearly said. As my client is aware that he is being chased, he's also being followed by a reporter by the name of Richard McGinnis. As he's being chased, McGinnis follows him. My client runs into the lot of car source 3. Right before he enters the lot, he's being chased. He drops the fire extinguisher so that he can get away faster, I would submit. As he gets into the middle of the car source 3 lot, Mr. Rosenbaum continues to follow, chasing him. He throws something at him, which has now been determined to be a metallic type bag. You see it clearly in the video. Mr. Rosenbaum fires it at my client. There's evidence that there was something in that bag that was removed before it's recovered by police, also from a statement from, I believe it's Mr. Bulge. My client turns around, addresses Mr. Rosenbaum, still being followed by Rosenbaum chased and Richard McGinnis off to the side. Turns around when Mr. Rosenbaum does not stop, even though he's pointed a firearm in his direction, and begins running away further, and he's looking over his shoulder back at Mr. Rosenbaum, who continues to advance. Richard McGinnis states that Mr. Rosenbaum continues to run at Kyle, even though Kyle is now addressing him and pointing a firearm in his direction. Mr. McGinnis states that he lets out, as he describes it, a blood-curdling scream yelling, Mr. Rosenbaum.
Go ahead.
My client, as he's jumping towards him, fires the 4 shots, which take less than 1 second, hitting Mr. Rosenbaum.
That's the story. Does it sound like self-defense? Let's bring back in the think tank. Ian Friedman, does that sound like self-defense?
Well, I got to tell you, as you said, the most divisive case, but the defense lawyers have done a good job really limiting what this case is going to be about, the self-defense. Could it be? Sure. It really is going to depend on this evidence. The more narrow the defense lawyers can keep this, the better. If we start getting into why he was there and so forth, it becomes more problematic. But this case will really be, could be, depending upon how the lawyers present it, a case study and a real analysis on self-defense law. Because one has to believe that they have a reasonable fear of imminent bodily harm against them or someone else. Now, one could argue, well, yeah, particularly as we just heard, if he's defending against someone who's coming at him. But then the other side of it is you can't come to that situation. You can't be the cause of it. So him coming to it is going to be an issue also. This is really going to be a very legal, factually driven assessment for this jury. The lawyers will love to listen to all of this. It's a very interesting case as to how this will go down if you just look at the law and you keep out all of the other stuff which the defense lawyers have to do in this case if they have any chance of being successful.
Brian Watkins, there was an allegation in court today also that Joseph Rosenbaum said in front of the defendant that if I get you alone, I'm going to kill you.
That's very damaging evidence if that comes in. Of course, the propensity of violence by the victim is always relevant in a self-defense case. Here we have the propensity of violence by the defendant. And what's key here in this case here is that he can only use deadly force if he's threatened with deadly force. It can't just be imminent bodily injury. It has to be great bodily injury and or death. The bottom line here is you can't use a gun in a fist fight. So if that guy's coming at you and you think he wants to fight you, you still can't shoot him. And so if those are the facts laid out by the defense, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I totally agree with you on that one. I still think it's going to be a question for the jury as to whether or not he reasonably believed for the fear of his safety. I agree with you on the definition, but I still think it's a question that goes to the jury. So it's not an absolute, as you know. It's just going to be whether or not the jury believes his actions were reasonable in that case. And we've all seen instances where one punch dropped and killed somebody. So it really is going to be an issue of reasonableness for this jury.
How about if he's grabbing the gun? What if he's going for the gun, Brian? What if he's going for the gun? I've got a gun and he's going for my gun.
Well, technically, he has the right to go for your gun because you don't have a right to point the gun at him if he hasn't done anything or presented a weapon to you. So we can go back and forth. So I have the right to slap your face. You can't shoot me because of it. If you pull a gun on me and you don't have the right to pull a gun on me, I can disarm you. And if you defend yourself against me disarming you, you don't have the right to shoot and kill me.
All right, Bernarda, I only have time for one word answer from you. Is it self-defense, yes or no? Or possibly?
Well, Rittenhouse is going to have to testify for us to say.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right. We've got a trial date, folks. Told you this is coming. This is happening. I mean, they had the hearing today. Trial date, November 1st, right here on your front row seat to justice.